Good morning, comic fans, with the Comic Pusher at the Comics Club, Tampa and Brandon's favorite comic gaming store. It is Wednesday, the 21st of May, and it's the third of 4 new comic book days this month. It's always nice to have at least 4 every month. So what do we have today? You know, we have some fun stuff. We have a stack of comic books. Let's see here. We got about 9.5 inches, kids. 9.5 inches of comics is not a bad stack of comic books. You know, Andy Warhol, I think, said that one day we will all have 15 minutes of fame or something like that. So you get sometimes when you're doing shows like this, even small shows like this, when nobody's watching, you still sometimes find yourself with fans. And sometimes they're very young fans. And one of our customers' daughter, his daughter, is a fan of our show. If you're watching out there, thank you so much for watching. And she drew us this special little picture. I love your shop. Subscribe, comics. I love your YouTube channel, she says. And winners, who's going to win the costume contest from our costume contest we did on Free Comic Book Day? Hey, Steve Fisher. I was showing everybody a little thing we got from one of our youngest fans in our store who also watches our show. She also put a little picture of a comic, says comics on there. It says Cat Kid Comics. I guess she's a fan of Cat Kids and Dogman. Cat Kid and Dogman. So thank you so much, sweetheart. This is a wonderful, wonderful picture you drew us. And it's wonderful to have fans of the show draw us pictures. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful thing. And okay, so before we get into comic books this week, there's another thing happening. If you haven't heard about it, it's called Krypto's. Let's see here. Let me bring it up here. It's Krypto's Golden Biscuit Sweepstakes. So if you pick up a copy of Adventure Comics number 210 facsimile edition, which we will have here at the Comics Club, and we're taking pre-orders on them. If you get it at the comic book store by June 18th, I'm sorry, for a chance to win a trip to Los Angeles and the world premiere of Superman, the movie Superman, coming up in July. And it'll all be whirlwind because there's a small amount of window time when by the time the comic book comes out on June 18th to the time you have to say that you won and get it all done so that you can get there. You've only got a small window of time. So what you want to get your hands on is this. This is going to be Adventure Comics number 210. It's a facsimile edition, which we will have here in the store. Okay. And if it'll be polybagged, and if you open it up and you get this little sticker in there, I think the sticker actually is the golden biscuit, the golden biscuit ticket. If you see the sticker in there with the golden biscuit, you win. And you win a trip to LA to see the premiere of Superman. You get flown out there for a couple of days, accommodations. You can bring a +1, and it looks pretty cool. So if you want to pre-order that comic book from us, we have them to pre-order, and I think it's retailing at $3.99. But I'll tell you what, everybody who pre-orders it, we'll knock 25% off of that. All right. So we'll do the math, kids. What is the math on that? $4, 25% off. So that would be $1 off, right? So you get it for just $2.99. All right. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for this Krypto's Golden Biscuit Sweepstakes. It's the Adventure Comics number 210. We'll have it on sale here, and I'll tell you what, if you win, I'd love to be your +1. That would be so amazing to go out and see the Superman movie in Los Angeles. So good luck to everybody. Well, I'll be opening up a ton of them myself because I want a chance to get out there and see that. I just want to get that golden ticket sticker. It'd probably sell for big bucks on eBay, right? So let's get into it. What do we got here? We got this cool thing from the makers of Doctor Who magazine, Doctor Who Into the Vortex, all 311 stories in one book zine. So the makers of Doctor Who magazine present a lavishly illustrated 224-page book zine with essential details of every story broadcast from 1963 to present day. All 15 doctors. This went up to the 15th doctor. This is a restock. It doesn't go up to the current doctor, but the 15th. What is the current doctor? Is he the 15th? Maybe he is. Are we up to the 15th doctor already? Good Lord. I remember the days of the 12th, of the 10th, of the 11th. So here we are, the 15th doctor. So all of them right here in this, and it's in this wonderful slipcase, and it's got all of these doctors, all the way up to the 15th doctor anyway. You got an extra couple of spots there for future doctors. You can put your own in there. Stick them on there with stickers. All right, so there's that. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you just can't wait to get your hands on that. Also, we got Batman Hush in the pocket edition. And we also have Batman Hush in the regular size edition. So if you like your smallish and something to carry with you on vacation, there you go. Maybe in the car just to keep a copy, show your friends. So we have those. Hush, which is, of course, we have Hush 2 going on right now, which is very popular. It's been selling out of Batman every time because of it. And it's also sparked more interest in the early, the Court of the Owls, of all things. So we have in here volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the Batman New 52 series, I believe, yes. That brought us the Court of the Owls and these other great stories. But we have them all here for you. If you have an interest, there they are, back in stock. All right, now, today, and today only, probably, we will have these cool variant covers for sale. I'm going to start with Marvel. What the heck? Usually save it for last, but this time it's Marvel up front. Incredible Hulk, number 25. It's a 1 in 25. It's like him and Thor going at it. Amazing Spider-Man, number 4, the latest series. Greg Land cover there. It's a 1 in 25. Detective Comics, if you like Ashley Wood, he did this cover. It's a crazy looking cover by Ashley Wood. Absolute Flash. Have you been reading the Absolutes? Oh, they've been so good. I'm loving them. This is a 1 in 25. Absolute Flash, number 3. Superman Unlimited is hitting the stands. What a great cover for Superman Unlimited number 1, 1 in 25. 1 in 25 variant for that. Space Ghost fans, you'll be happy to know that number 12 is hitting the stands, and that is a Jay Lee cover, sketch cover there. And if you like yours, Virgin, here's a 1 in 10. This is the Barnes, I believe is his artist's name, Barnes. He also did several of the Absolute Batmans. So if you're a fan of his, what a great Space Ghost cover that is. Also, Jim Henson has Jim Henson Presents number 4. This is the unlockable for that one. It's pretty cool. And I saved this one for last, but it's certainly not least. Are you a Mark Spears fan? Mark Spears monsters have been incredibly popular. And Mark Spears been doing covers for lots of different things for a while, but he's been doing more and more recently and doing more for Marvel. But they did a 5th printing of Mark Spears Monsters number 1. And if you were so bold as to buy 20 copies, that's right, 20 copies of the Mark Spears number 1 5th printing, you could also buy this. And this is a 1 in 20 Mark Spears Monsters 5th printing. I'm loving this cover. If this does not sell, this will be parked in my collection for a while at least. Maybe I'll get it slabbed later on. But one of you wise people might pick it up today, and we'll have it here at the store. But we only have one. It's first come, first serve. So come and get yours. You don't want to miss that. All right. Since we were into the indies right there at the end, we'll go ahead and jump into the indies right here at the beginning. We have Cyberpunk 2077 Psycho Squad, issue number 4, hitting the stands today. We also have From the World of Minor Threats, Welcome to Twilight, issue number 3. What is this lobster creature here? That's pretty cool. And also, we have this cover. Into the Unbeing, issue number 4. Some strange covers on these. Evil Dead homage cover, Mark Spears. Is that what that is, Bruce? Thank you so much for pointing that out. Evil Dead homage cover. Oh, yes, of course it is. I didn't even realize that at first, but yeah, it's like the poster for it, the movie poster. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Bruce Leroy, thank you so much for watching and for chiming in on that. We always like to get the cool information about comic books that we may otherwise not have had. Green Hornet and Miss Fury is up to issue number 5. Got a couple different covers for you. Like the Jay Lee, you know. Gotta love Jay Lee. He's one of my very favorite artists. And what else we got here? Okay, Red Sonja versus the Army of Darkness. You know, they always give us a whole bunch of covers for these things. There's some good ones here. Whoa, almost lost it. That one did hit the floor. Let's see if I did any damage to it. Now it's perfect. Look at that. All right. Red Sonja, Army of Darkness. There's that one. And this one. I love the snakes. A lot of covers with snakes on them recently. There's a unicorn. He's sneaking up on Red Sonja there, I think. All right, Mr. Happy, do not fall down there. Mr. Happy will chime in soon with his secret word. If you know the secret word, it gets you 15% off any single item in the store here at the Comics Club. If you're a Discount Club member or subscriber, it gets you an extra 5%, so 20% off any single item. So know that secret word. And leave a comment down below so I enter you in the monthly drawing we do at the first show every month. This is Silver Hawks number 4. Look at that. Giant squid, snakes, all kinds of creatures crawling all over the comic covers. I showed you the Space Ghost variant earlier. It'll be here in the stack, the regular cover of that. How you doing there, Jonathan Lopez? Thank you so much for joining us. And definitely a shout out to my Patreon guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. Billy, Wolf, and Juan, especially you three. We appreciate you. And Archie is Mr. Justice. I got to show you this. This one I'm going to save for last. This cover. Some cool covers here. Archie is Mr. Justice, number 4. Cool covers, but look at this next cover. Oh, didn't expect that, eh? Look, it is the Killing Joke homage with Jughead there, I guess. That's Jughead. Smile. And there's in the lens there you have Archie's Mr. Justice. Pretty cool. I'm loving that. I like that homage. You know, homages sometimes are good and sometimes aren't, but that one's really cool. Bug Wars is up to issue number 4. Nothing creepier than intelligent bugs, you know. Medieval Spawn, if you're a Medieval Spawn fan. Oh, it's a gory cover there. You know, I noticed that Marvel put a couple of very bloody covers on their comics recently, which is surprising. They usually don't put something so graphic as to show, you know, red, blood, people getting stabbed or killed on the covers of comic books. You know, usually they don't do that. Red Coat, up to issue number 12. This has been super popular. You know, those checkerboards at the top. I'm such a sucker for that stuff. But they've done the whole series like this. So, I mean, they'll end up probably having more of theirs on them than the originals. There were originally 500, some of them. But who knows how far they're going to go with doing these with all the different comics they have that they keep doing these on. I love it. I really do. But I don't think I'll be able to collect them all. Out of Alcatraz, number 3. Another cool cover for you. I haven't read this one yet. Has anybody read this? It's got a lot of buzz. It looks pretty cool. This next one is interesting. This girl is the little girl. This is the curse of Shirley Johnson. Shirley Johnson was the little girl murdered by the Violator, I believe, the clown. And this is her story. What happens to her? It's disturbing at best. not appropriate for any audience. And what you see in here is sick and twisted and over the top. So, fair warning. If you didn't like those covers, draw your own, especially the ones with the little girl who's getting her digits chopped off. Yeah, it's an extremely violent and terrible events in that comic book and what happened to that child. And it's really, if you find, harming children too disturbing, don't pick up that book. It is extremely disturbing. Walking Dead Deluxe Edition, that means it's color on the inside, and that's what it used to look like. That was the original cover. So we also have a new book hitting the stands. This is a new series called Whatever Happened to the Crimson Justice. It's about a superhero that went into retirement, and then someone shot her in the lens. And had to come back out because, shit happens and makes you come back out of retirement when you're a superhero sometimes. Sonic the Hedgehog crossed over with DC Comics, and you got the most amazing covers seeing Sonic with the superheroes, Sonic and Shadow, you see on there. Now watch this. Look at this. Now we've seen Sonic as the Flash. We're going to see Sonic as Batman, but look at them all. Look at your Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, the Flash. I believe Shadow is Batman there. I'm not 100%. I think that's Batman, though. Shadow is Batman. We're going to see Shadow on the cover all by himself, but just like the Flash on another comic book. I remember ordering it, so we'll have it in here. So I'm loving that. I'm loving all the Sonic characters showing up in DC as the DC characters and their superhero costumes. That's pretty cool. I'm loving it. Jim Henson Presents is up to issue number 4. It's really beautiful artwork on the cover of that one. Here's a nice Virgin cover for you. That's the FOC reveal. And this was the unlockable cover, too. We were discussing how companies handle the variant covers. We're of the camp, of course, like most collectors and most hobbyists would be. We also are in the industry, but as far as the hobby, we would love to see. Good morning, Juan. Thank you so much for joining us. And I was just telling everybody how we love to have variant covers, but we would like to see the variant covers be special, very special. In other words, this cover on this variant cover is not on any of the other covers. The only way to get this cover is the 1 in 10 or 1 in 25 or 1 in 50, what have you. It would make it more special. Doing stuff like just, we're going to take off the logo and make it a Virgin. Okay, maybe that's a good 1 in 10. But we'd like to see original art on those, art that's only for this special variant. That would make it much more special, much more interesting to fans. But it would also mean that the comic companies would have to shell out more money for another artist or the same artist to do another cover for them. And that's more expensive for them. And I'm sure it's so much easier just to, click a button and take the logo away, or click a button and take the color away and make it the variant that way. But it's not as cool as getting a whole different cover. Mothra, Queen of the Monsters. We're up to issue number, what is that? Issue number 3. A lot of number 3s coming out this week. Are you a Star Trek fan? Defiant is up to issue number 27. And I told you about, let's see. Let's go with these first before I told you about that. Sister Imperator was running a little late. Issue number 3. Imperator. Number 3. Very, very popular. Epitaphs from the Abyss. We're up to issue number 11. What great artwork there, eh? And this one's interesting. What have we here? Is she snipping off fingers? She is. She's snipping off fingers. This is... What's with snipping off fingers here? What's going on? All right, last but not least on the indies is the book that I told you about earlier. This is the 5th printing, regular cover, for Mark Spear's Monsters. The Night Belongs to the Dead. So there you have that. Let's jump into Marvel next. Hold on one second. Hey, sorry to disappear on you like that. We had a delivery, and I am here by my lonesome this morning. So let's see, get ourselves back in position here. Sorry about that. That's what happens sometimes. Live television, it happens. Okay, so Star Wars, The High Republic Adventures, issue number 18. Hitting the stands. This to me is pretty, but it seems like a waste of a back cover. You could give us something else. I'm a fan of art, not kind of blank so much. The Flash, Absolute Flash, issue number 3. You saw the variant cover for that one. Who could this little creature be in that alternate universe? He looks like a little monkey. Could that be who I think it is? Any guesses out there who that little creature might be? Look, it's a reprint of Batman number 617. Okay, and we also have a nice shiny foil version of that. What is the significance of Batman number 617? Why would they make a facsimile edition of that? Anybody know? Anybody tell me? Anybody have the answer? Batman and Robin, we're up to issue number 7. Cool. Catwoman. Are you a Catwoman fan? Look at this show cover. All the stars in the sky. Detective Comics. Ooh, I'm liking this Detective Comics. We're up to issue 1097 in Detective Comics. 1097. Good Lord. Who would ever thought? Look at that one. I'm loving that. The wind seems to be blowing his cape back, but it does not affect this pendulum he's holding. Our Army at War, issue number 151. Who is the blazing enemy we dared not show on the cover? Who could it be? Who is the blazing enemy that first appeared here? This is a facsimile edition, obviously. We've been seeing tons of facsimile editions. My goodness. Have you ever seen so many facsimile editions here? So, our Army at War, our army up against the Nazis. And we have Superman Unlimited starting today. It's the summer of Superman. So Superman Unlimited is hitting the stands with a bunch of different covers. Just a bunch. Well, I can't get enough Superman, so there's that. Oh, look, it's him and Krypto. A nice, shiny, foily one, the one that makes him look like, Jesus or some deity there. I like it, though. Don't forget to wipe your fingerprints off. You see the fingerprints on that? See the fingerprints? What you need to get rid of the fingerprints is one of these. It's microfiber. And you just rub that. You really should have one to hold it and one to wipe it off with, And then you wipe it all off on both sides. And then you can slip it into your bag and voila, no fingerprints. Microfiber. If you don't know where to get any, you can get any right here at the Comics Club. We sell sheets of them, pieces of them. You need 2 probably. But if you want to draw your own Superman Unlimited, there's a blank cover too. But we have this cover. Look at the bullets bouncing off him. And another Krypto cover. I love this one. Look at that great Krypto cover. Wow. If I ever have a dog again, I'm going to get him a cape. I'm going to put the comic book pusher logo on the cape. Oh, look. It's Gunn himself. That's one of the cool things about being, famous movie director involved in a project with DC Comics. Hey, they'll put you on the cover of a comic book. Look at that. DC Studios t-shirt he's wearing. And it's the Superman from the movies costume. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know why Superman really needs all that padding on his costume, really. Is that Kryptonian padding? Is it extra powerful? Honestly, isn't he powerful enough? Does he need all that padding? It kind of looks silly. Titans, 23. And don't forget about that golden sweepstakes. You know, if you can enter it for free, I think I'll put a link over here for it. CryptoGoldenBiscuit.com, and you can enter for free there. So you don't really have to buy a comic book to do that. But, you know, if you pre-order one of those from us, or 20 or 100, however many you need, but you got to tell us soon. Our deadline is fast approaching. We'll discount it to 25% off. Zatanna, are you a Zatanna fan? Zatanna fans rejoice. We are up to issue number 4 here, I believe. Is that 4? Yeah, we're up to issue number 4. Look at that cover. Look at, she's coming out of a hat. Okay, and again, we're in the summer of Superman. So lots of Superman stuff going on. Wonder Woman with the Superman theme on her cute outfit there. And another Wonder Woman and Superman, a Batman on the cover of Wonder Woman. I'm liking that. And we have this Wonder Woman. Cool. Teen Titans Go! Issue number 3 of the latest series. Nightwing, we're up to issue 126, and that'll close it out for DC. Issue 126 of Nightwing. Captain Hollow Rising. He looks nefarious. All right, what do we got here for Marvel? Let's have a look. How are we doing for time? We're okay. We're okay. Got time to stop and refresh. Okay. You know, Alex Ross has been doing these timeless covers. And Amazing Spider-Man number 4 has one. We have this it's Impossible Man. He's on everything. There. Now you see him. Now you don't. Now you see him. Now you don't. And there's that. A Hobgoblin Strikes. And there's that. Look at that. It's Captain Marvel. Or what's his name? Something L. Doom Academy, up to issue number 4. Doom is everywhere. Exceptional X-Men. These are the exceptional X-Men. Just not your ordinary X-Men, you know. You have to have a comic book called Ordinary X-Men. Just the basic team. You know, the ordinary ones. Fantastic Four. Who could ask for more? Issue number 32. It's got the Disney characters as a Fantastic Four. Oh my goodness, will you look at that? Don't miss this great offbeat collector's item issue. Saturday morning cartoons, or they used to have Saturday morning serials. A long time ago. Fantastic Four, issue 32 with the Impossible Man. Here he was, and there he was. But now it's somebody else. Who is it? And Ant-Man, or Giant Man, Ant-Man. Ant-Man on the Alex Ross timeless back cover. Says it right there. But it doesn't tell you who the character is. Some of these characters, if you're not a Marvel fan, you may not readily know who that character is. And you'll have to do some research. But we'll try to tell you who the character is here, even though we're not familiar with all the Marvel characters. Hulk and Doctor Strange number 1. What in the heck is happening here? Holy cow. Is that the Maestro trying to eat Peter? Didn't come out like I intended. Iron Man. Yeah, here's one of those. It's going to have an Alex Ross. Oh, this Impossible Man. And there's that. And now, who is this? Who is this character? She's on the cover of Iron Man. It's an Alex Ross Timeless. Who is that? We got another Timeless coming up. This is Incredible Hulk. This one is a wraparound. I love this. Look at that. Wow. Loving that cover. Woo. Loving that cover. Also, we got this homage to a Hulk 181, I believe. Two of them going. It was 180, 181. And there's this guy. Who is that? Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu, issue number 8. Now, there's 3 different covers. This is one of the ones I told you that the graphic violence on the cover is something you don't often see in Marvel. Marvel usually keeps that tone down, or you're going to see it on the inside, but not this level of violence on the cover. We're surprised by that. Lots of violence there. I think you know who this person is. That's a pretty easy one. If you don't know who this is, well, he's on the cover of his own book, which is awesome. Don't you love it when they actually put the hero on the cover of their own book? I do. I hate it when we have, okay, so the new Supergirl, one of the covers was just Superman. No Supergirl on there. I love Superman, but she should be on every cover of her own #1. Don't you think? I think so. Got another one of these. In Superior Avengers, issue number 2, your Superior Avengers. And there's that guy. Do we know who he is? Well, I know this one because Dolly and I looked it up. It's Yellow Jacket. All right. Star Wars, The High Republic, Fear of the Jedi, issue number 4. We got a bunch of covers for you. Well, we got 3 anyway. There's that one. And the anniversary edition. And there's this one. And then there's also the Star Wars Legacy of Vader, also issue number 4. Kylo Ren on the cover there doing his Force thing. And again, Kylo Ren in his Kylo Ren costume, whatever he's supposed to be, Vader-ish, Vader-like. The Vader Legacy. Assault on Naboo. Ooh. And The Thing. The Thing gets his own comic book, and I'm liking this cover. The next cover is so funny. It's a salute to Sesame Street, but it's Yancey Street, of course, where the Thing resides on Yancey Street. Can you tell me how to get to Yancey Street? One World Under Doom, Thunderbolts, Doomstrike. It's issue number 5. Doom. We're all doomed. There's so many Doom comic books. The Ultimates. This is issue number. Where are we at here? Issue number 12 of the Ultimates. You have your standard cover, then a couple other covers, but a whole new thing happening here. A whole new thing. Absolutely. Got to take a look at that one. Weapon X-Men is up to issue number 4. Like I said, a lot of number 4s, number 3s hitting the stands today. Look at that cover. I'm loving the action there. Holy cow. That's pretty cool. And Spider-Man and Wolverine hits the stands with the number 1. Liking the covers here. Really great stuff. And a shiny foil one. I love that, eh? And speaking of shiny foils, we got one coming up here. The Vision and Scarlet Witch have a new number 1. I'm loving that cover. You know, my granddaughter's name is Scarlet, so of course she's going to own this series. There's a nice foil one for you of the Vision coming at you. And the Alex Ross Timeless with our favorite speedster, or maybe my second favorite speedster, maybe my third favorite speedster. Quicksilver. All right, and last but not least, from Marvel, actually not last, they got this one, Fantastic Four, number 48, The Coming of Galactus issue, facsimile edition. If you need to have the first, I think it was the first appearance of Galactus in here, right? Yeah, and you get it right there in the reprint facsimile edition. I'm loving those because you get the ads just like they were back then in the comic, which is cool, fun stuff. The Marvel bullpen. But they don't do that anymore. And look at this fun stuff. $1 toy soldier, 100 toy soldiers for $1.25. I used to beg my mom for those. She never would give in because she could get better toys for cheaper at the store, even, believe it or not. 100 for $1.25. Today, those are college show. $1 a piece, probably. So there you have it, boys and girls. Mr. Happy would like to chime in and tell you that this week's secret word lasts from today until next Tuesday. It gets you 15% off any single item in the store, limit 1 per person per day. If you're a Discount Club member or subscriber, that gets you 20% off any single item, limit 1 per person per day. And the secret word this week is, indeed, Krypto. Krypto, who's bringing us the Krypto Golden Biscuit sweepstakes, which you should definitely get that copy of the facsimile edition of the first appearance of Krypto in Adventure Comics number 210. We'll have it here. If you pre-order, it gets you 25% off. But you got to pre-order and prepay for it to be able to get that discount. Okay. Pre-order and prepay. Unless you have a subscription service, in which case you don't have to prepay. All right. So there you go. Thank you, Mr. Happy. Krypto is our secret word, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Please give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscriber button. Tell your friends about us. And remember to leave a comment down below so I can enter you on monthly drawing, which we will do the first show every month going forward. We'll have a couple prizes for everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. And remember, read. It brings out the hero in you.